To Museum Reviews. This video is an unboxing. I've took the top layer off, but I haven't done the rest at the moment. But it's an unboxing of the MacBook Air. Now, I'm very new to the world of MacBooks, so cannot tell you very much about it. But I just thought it'd be quite interesting just to put a quick video up together, just to sort of see what's in the box, sort of see the contents, and we'll probably do some more videos later on once I get to grips with it. But as you can see, it's the MacBook Air. It's 8 gig of unified memory. It's 256 gigabytes of hard drive, so an SSD, and it's 13 inches in size, so the screen, and comes with the Apple M1 chip. So it's an 8-core CPU and a 7-core GPU. The diagonal sort of screen is 13.3 inch Retina LED backlit display with True Tone technology. 560 by 1600 pixels. There's 2 Thunderbolt USB 4 ports, headphone jack, stereo speakers, Touch ID, Magic keyboard. It's a full-size backlit one. It's got Wi-Fi 6 and the Bluetooth is 5.0. FaceTime HD camera. It's got the macOS pre-installed, and in terms of the weight, it's 2.8 pounds, so 1.29 kg. So not very heavy. And in terms of size, as I say, it's just under 12 inches by 8.36 inches. We can go through the dimensions, but you can get all this stuff on off the internet. So as mentioned, this is the MacBook Air. It's a standard model, so you pay about £1,000 for this one. So as I say, the standard model comes with that, but you can upgrade it. You can put in more memory, more hard drive space, different processor, depending on what you go for. So I've took the top screen off, so let's have a look what's in here. As mentioned, I've never owned a MacBook. I've always been a PC fan, always been used to Windows, but thought I'd give this a go, beans I do own a lot of Apple products. So there we are. It's the top open, and we can see there's the Apple logo. I don't know if it's the right way around or not. There's the protective layer, so let's just take that off and put it to a side for a second and see what else we get within the box. I think it's probably the right way after all. So within the box we get a lead, so it's a USB-C at both ends. Looks, I'm going to hazard a guess at 2 meter. I hope it's not a meter, but if it isn't, I trust that you can buy longer cords, maybe 3 meters, etc. And it's got the standard little booklets with all the bump in there and warranty rights, etc., etc. There's anything exciting there. And then we've got the plug. So again, wherever you're based, I suppose it will determine what type of plug you get. And of course, you can choose your keyboard layout as well. And this is, let's have a look, it's a 30 watts USB-C power adapter. So what we use to charge MacBook up. But why is this putting it back again? Don't think there's anything else in there. So as you can see, it's very minimalistic, but obviously everything you need from a Mac. So I'll put the box to the side. Let's have a look at this book. It feels quite heavy, to be honest with you. It means it's a MacBook Air, but you know, I felt heavier. But for such a small laptop, it does feel quite heavy. Let me just grab my Windows PC. So I've got a HP here, which is 15 inches, but if I fill them in terms of weight, I can honestly say I don't think there's a great deal of difference in weight. We can see it's quite considerably smaller than my 15-inch laptop. So hopefully, moving this around, it's going to be a lot easier to transport, something a bit smaller. But if I'll be brutally honest, I would have liked it to feel a little bit lighter. But hey ho. Okay, so let's pull back up. And it's typical nice protective layers, which is typical of Apple. If ever you're purchasing Apple devices, be it an iPhone, an iPad, obviously a Mac Air, or even some AirPods, then you will be accustomed to this nice tidy layering. So I've gone for space grey. I believe there's 3 different colours that you can select from, but most of my Apple arsenal is typically in space grey, so I do try to keep the same. As you can see, I've got the iPod 12 Pro there as well, in a similar colour. And if we look around the sides of it, we can see there's 2 USB-C ports, nothing along the back. And then if we spin around to this side, I can see just one more port, which is for I guess for headphones. And then the front, we have a slight indent, little groove there, where we can sort of lift the screen up. Put that down. Oh, bit of a dramatic entrance to my world of Apple Macs. So I'm just going to peel off this screen. As you can see, booted up upon opening the screen, and now I have to go through the.
To use English as the main language, press the return key.
Go through the configuration. So at the moment, I'm going to.
British English as the main language, press the return key.
Okay, I'm going for English UK, as you may have detected from the accent. It's picked up. It's not touchscreen, this one. Select the country or region. Again, go for UK, or I can move the mouse over. Click on.
macOS contains a built-in screen reader called VoiceOver. If you know how to use VoiceOver, press Command F5 now to turn it on and set up your Mac. If you would like to learn how to use VoiceOver to set up your Mac, press the Escape key.
Okay, so you can use a voiceover, it seems, to control the Mac and set it up, but I'm going to go old school and just use the mouse. So accessibility. Accessibility features adapt your Mac for your individual needs, so you can turn them on now, or it looks like you can do it later on. So if you need anything around vision, motor, hearing, cognitive, I don't think I need any of those, so I'll click on that now. Select your Wi-Fi network. See a little timer going. So while it's going, I'm looking at the keyboard now. So we've got a strip down the right and a strip down the left for the speakers. Must admit, it was I haven't changed the volume, but it was a nice crisp sound that came out of out of this MacBook Air. So I'm definitely pleased with that. I have no doubt it's going to be quite nice to listen to music, or if I put the odd movie on. If I just pull this back slightly, you can see that the mouse pad or the trackpad is a very good size. I mean, it takes up a good whack there, so it's again not a bad size at all. I'm just looking to see if I've got, yes, I have got my iPad Pro here, and I've got a keyboard by a fantastic company, and you'll see there their newer keyboards come with a trackpad, so a similar sort of size. Okay, so put that down, and data and privacy, migration assist. So if you've got information on not only just another Mac, but if you've got it on a Windows PC, you can transfer it over to this Mac. You can also transfer information from a Time Machine backup or another startup disk. So you can transfer information. I'm not going to do that. I mean, I've bought this for the purpose of work, and I do use OneDrive for my stuff, so I don't have anything really locally. It's all sort of up in the cloud. Well, I have got it locally, but it's also up in the cloud, so hopefully I can point to that with this machine, but I don't need to transfer anything, so I'm just going to click on continue. It's running on battery power. It's strongly recommended that you connect to Mac to AC power before migrating. Let me just click on cancel first. I'm going to say not now, obviously. And you can sign in with your Apple ID to get all of your stuff on there. So let me type in that now. Now I need to remember what my password is. It's caught me off guard. I should have obviously realised that if I'm going to be using a Apple device, I should have known that it would be asking me for an Apple ID. So now I've got a few little pings going around for my various devices, and I've also got one there. I just need to confirm and put in a verification code just to let them know it is me. Terms and conditions. Okay, so create a computer account. So again, something new for me, but I'm guessing this is like your local profile. And I'll try and keep it in line with my work stuff. So put in a little hint as well to remind me. So I noticed that I said it was an unboxing, but as I say, it was quite a simple, quick unboxing, and there weren't a lot to kind of learn or take away. So I've just kept it quite simple in terms of the box in, and then just show you obviously the quick setup. So if you do get yourselves a MacBook Air or any kind of Mac device, then I assume it's going to be a very similar process for all of them. So now it's going through the iCloud to set up an account. As mentioned, I don't really use iCloud. It is obviously an option for your cloud storage, etc. But I have no need to do that. Do I need to set up key? I'll set up a keychain a little bit later. So obviously you can keep all of your passwords and your credit card information in the iCloud keychain, and obviously that will then be across all of your devices. You've also got the Find My, so obviously you'll be able to detect the location of this. Express setup. So it's just going to set up maps there and statistics. So I'll look at the customized settings. So you can enable location services. You can switch off these Mac analytics. You get your weekly reports there as well. Your screen time usage. Don't want to get Siri on there. Siri, why not? So I'll set that up later, to be honest with you. Again, it's asking there to improve the Siri and the dictation, to improve things if you want to go along. And I've got something called File Vault Disk Encryption. So this will encrypt the information on your disk. So I'll probably go ahead with that anyway. A lot of my stuff is encrypted anyway, best practice. So Touch ID, use your fingerprint to unlock your Mac and make purchases with Apple Pay. Start by placing your finger or thumb on Touch ID. Touch ID is this up in the corner. So, told you I was new to Macs. I didn't realise that up in the top right corner there's a little square. Don't know if you can see that, but that's where you can set up your Touch ID. Okay, so I'm going to set all of my credit card, debit card stuff later. You can choose your look. You can go for a darker look. You can go light or auto, which I'm guessing it changes depending on the time of day. I'll go for the auto. True tone. So your Mac automatically adapts to ambient lighting conditions to make colours appear consistent in different environments. Again, you can set this up later in displays and system preferences. So you can see it without true tone. So I don't know if you can really tell on there, but if you look at the screen, you can see it just slight changing. Just makes it a little bit softer. Now it can't be a million miles away from this completing its setup. I'm guessing it's very similar process to, as I said, about different Mac devices, but it's also very similar to when you have your iPhone or your iPad and you're setting it up. So it says calendar would like to use your local location. Let's say okay to that. And there we have it. We have the the Mac all set up. I can see down here I've got all these different applications where I can access. As I said, I'm yet to use it, but some of these I'm quite familiar with. Obviously, using Apple devices over the years, so I can set system preferences and the App Store. And then there's a few familiar ones like the Notes, the Calendar, the Camera, or FaceTime. So yeah, it looks very, very similar to some of these icons that you get on your iPhone. And then you can, I don't know if you can see entirely, but at the top, drop it as well. You've got a menu bar at the top here as well. So you've got Finder, File, Edit, View, Go, Window, and Help. So there is a menu bar. It's a little bit like the Windows system tray, but they put theirs at the top as opposed to at the bottom. So can't tell you much more. As I say, I've got a lot to learn when it comes to Macs, but I may record another video in the future just to kind of go through some of these for starters, or for people that are new to it. But in the meantime, I hope that it's been a useful video and give you a bit of an insight to what to expect for when you get your Mac for the first time and you're setting it up. So, you know, if you search on YouTube and you're looking for it, hopefully this video comes up and gives you a bit of an introduction before sort of jumping into it. As I said, I know there's a lot of people that are new to computers, and if they are, they've been using Windows for years, so they might be a little bit apprehensive when it comes to an Apple device. But so far so good. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next video.